Let's meet for a second here in a comfortable seat. Let's just inhale, raise the arms all the way up. Stretch tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. Sigh out. Gonna move onto our backs. And then move into our Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle in a diamond shape, but pivot the feet a little bit further away from the pelvis. Have your arms maybe to the side. And in this pose, if it's uncomfortable for your knees, or it will be uncomfortable, you can always use your blocks and just put them under your knees and support them here. Because we will be holding this pose for quite a while, each pose. Just try to see that you can get comfortable here. We're going to set up our breath. Maybe if you want, you can have one hand on the belly, one on the chest. And to start really breathing in deeply. Maybe you can notice how your breath flows in through the nose. First expands the belly. And then second expands the rib cage. It might sound a little bit counterintuitive here, but just see if you can manage to first expand the belly and second the chest. Take this time to really focus on your breath here. And in case you feel like setting an intention this morning, feel free to set one, but it's also not necessary. You can just try to simply focus on your breath here in all poses. Notice if there's any tension anywhere. If you feel any discomfort, not pain, please don't feel pain. If so, then let's adjust the pose. But if there's a tiny bit of discomfort because we're stretching, maybe you can move your breath right into where you feel the discomfort. You can actively think about your breath, how it's moving in through your nose, and then maybe directly going in that hip region. The groin is an overstretching. Just a couple more seconds here. Notice if the quality of your breath already deepened a bit here or changed. Sometimes if we focus that much on the breath, we notice that we don't focus on the breath throughout the day. Don't use it to judge yourself, just notice it. All right, let's touch our thighs here and gently guide them together. Windshield wipe them out a tiny bit here. And then slowly make your way. Maybe move the blocks here. Maybe hug them in for a second if that feels okay. And then place the feet closer to your butt. Pivot them a tiny bit to the right. Lift your sacrum. And then to the right, lift it to the right. And then slowly move your legs towards the left. Pass your arms to the side. Let your legs are both pointing towards the left. The arms are maybe in a cactus or just in a T shape extended. If your legs can't go to the floor, just place something under here. This is fine, or this is fine. However deep you can go here. And if it feels okay, maybe you look to the right. Again, we're having a new sensation here. So just observe, maybe adjust. If there's at any point a pose I'm offering you and you know or you feel after you try it that it's not going to serve your body, don't worry at all. Then please just go to a child's pose. I will show that in 2 poses. It's all just offerings and I don't want you to feel stuck in any poses. Yin can be a great way to just use the time for meditation too, because we're just lying in these poses and there might be thoughts coming up, especially if the pose might be a tiny bit more uncomfortable. And it can be a great thing to just notice what's about. Just a couple more seconds here. And now release the arms, guide your legs to the middle. Place your feet on the ground. Maybe we'll go out here for a tiny second. And then move the feet a tiny bit to the right. Lift the, the left, of course. Lift the pelvis bit to the left. And then guide your legs towards the right. Maybe cactus your arms again. And maybe look to the left. Feels okay. For doing these on 2 different sides, it might be very different. If you need different angles on each side here. I invite you to focus back on your breath. Maybe see if you can use that same deep belly breathing with first inhale and have your belly rise and the second is your chest. When you exhale, first the chest deflates a bit and then the belly. About a minute more in this pose. All right, and slowly release the arms. Guide your legs back to the middle. Maybe gently wiggle them out to the left and the right here. And then let's roll onto the sides and make our way onto the knees. Just move slowly here. We got some time. This is a 60-minute yin here. Move back into your tabletop. And here, if you want, and if you have like a blanket or next to a yoga mat, you can always use that to cushion your knees if you have sore knees. We're just really using the props here. I just want to give you some options. Okay, so we're going into the tabletop and extending the legs very long, the arms very long. Great position. And melt your heart and your chin onto the floor here for a puppy pose or melted heart pose. Just adjust whatever feels good. Maybe your heart's not touching the mat. Mine isn't really today. Maybe the chin feels uncomfortable. Maybe the forehead would be better. Just play around how it feels. You can always use a block here and sink the chest onto the forehead onto the block. Just really feel into your body what it needs. And maybe in this pose you feel some sensation in the shoulders or the armpits, a bit of a stretch. Maybe you can notice if you can breathe into it and relax it more. Maybe that's some tension you're holding. But at any point it gets way too intense, please just feel free to go onto the mat. Or move your arms closer to your knees. Just a couple more seconds here. Now slowly lift a tiny bit up. Move your arms back. So you're going to tabletop. Maybe sit back here. Roll your shoulders for a second, if that feels good. Take a deep breath. Sigh it out. And we're going to move into a child's pose here. Just as a quick rebound pose, maybe have the legs wide and the arms to the front, or maybe your body needs the closed legs right now and the arms to the sides. Both are totally fine. Just take whichever feels good. And just relax here. Our rebound poses are sort of counter poses for the ones we just did. So the child pose would be a rebound for the mountain heart pose. I want to stress that we're stretching the opposite way, not stress our body in one particular way too much. I would like to remind you again of the breath. I'm sorry if it's getting old, it's just really helpful to keep breathing really deeply and consciously here. Just a moment longer. And now slowly make your way up here. And start making your way lying onto your belly onto the mat. Just move slowly in between poses. We got the time. We're going to prepare a Sphinx pose here. So have both your hands onto your side, so the shoulder width apart, the elbow below your shoulder. And then we're just gonna look forward here for our Sphinx. And now there's a couple tricks here. So if you press your pelvis into the mat, you're protecting your lower back. Same as if you press the tops of the feet here into the mat. You can see that there's a difference whether you just have them loose and dump into your shoulders, or whether you really press the shoulders down, engage your pelvis here into the mat, and press the tops of the feet. Now, if this feels not good on your lower back, don't go so high, or place like a cushion or a pillow right under your pelvis, and that helps you to have lesser of the lower lumbar curve. Notice whether you can engage those three spots, the shoulders, pelvis, and the tops of the feet, without getting tense or tight. Now, if this pose is already enough, please stay here. In case you really want to have a bit of a deeper stretch here, there's always the option for seal, where you have your hands in the front extended and really extend all the way up. But please don't do that if you have any issues with the back whatsoever, or any discomfort right now. It's not good to really push into our yin poses very aggressively. We have a couple seconds left. And then slowly lower down. Release your hands, cross them in front of you, and let's just rest our forehead onto our crossed hands. And just enjoy this crocodile here. Try to see if you can let go of any tension. Notice if there's any sensations. You can feel the engagement we just had in the spine and the back. We just got a couple more seconds here in the crocodile. And then slowly make our way up. Maybe it feels good to just do a little cat-cow here. Not too much, so we don't want to warm up our muscles here, since we're still trying to begin on our cold muscles. We're going again back into our tabletop. Maybe you want some more padding in your knee. Maybe you're fine. So let's go back into the table. Walk the left hand a bit to the front. And lower your right shoulder onto the mat or thread the needle here. And the left hand can extend long. Just wriggle around. Your shoulder should have a stretch there, but no pain again. And then there can be some sensation either in your left shoulder or your right shoulder, maybe the back. Really depends. If you can't go as deep into the pose, or if your cheek is not comfortable on the mat, feel free to use a cushion here. Really adjust the pose how you feel that you need it right now. Again, maybe there's different parts of your body you feel like breathing into, or different other parts you might be able to relax. Maybe you're holding tension in your toes or in your hands. Maybe you can take a little effort to just really check in whether all the other parts that are not holding you up right now are really relaxed. And slowly walk your left hand closer to your head. Gently press up here. Maybe even lift the right arm up to the sky. And then drop it down for your table here. We're gonna move the right hand a little bit further away and thread the left arm through until our shoulder goes onto the mat. And then we can extend the right arm long. Maybe you gotta pivot around like me a bit here to adjust. And again, use your breath. Try to relax everything. About a minute more here. And then slowly walk your right hand closer to your face. Press yourself up. And maybe stretch your left arm up to the sky. And just move your shoulder here. See if you can need a tiny bit of movement here. And now, I hope you guys have a bit of like a wall or something in your space where you can put your legs up. If not, then we can just try that without the wall, but I hope you have something like that, because I would like you to try out the legs up the wall. So you move your butt close to a wall, and then you prop yourself against it. You could also use a fridge or a table or anything. You end up liking this pose, it's great to have socks on if you're worried about the walls too. So here, if that feels uncomfortable, you can always put a cushion under your butt. And have your feet sort of hip width apart. And you might feel the sensation of your blood flowing down. It's very natural here. But this is a great pose for if you're stressed or just need some relaxation time. Especially if you walked around a lot. This can be a great time, a couple of minutes, legs up the wall. Just relax here again. Again, just focus on your breath here. And notice the sensation how your feet and legs might feel right now. If it gets really uncomfortable, of course, just come off the wall and maybe take a child's pose. It shouldn't feel super uncomfortable. There's this tiny way between a tiny bit of discomfort in yin, which we're seeking for, right? We're stressing the tendons and the ligaments here, but it shouldn't be like you're hating every second of it. Again, just notice your breath here. You maybe forgot about it, maybe deepen it again. And you can always do a little mind game with yourself. Just use this as meditation, which does not mean you don't have to think anything. Just observe your thoughts and don't hold on to them. Just let them sort of flow. Look at them and just let them go. That's why yin can be really challenging but really rewarding, because we can be in a pose we don't like or that's uncomfortable, and it gets really hard to just have the thoughts go. That's all practice. Just have a couple seconds more here. And now let's bend the legs here very gently. They might feel a little bit funny. And then roll onto one side and just stay here for a second. You're probably going to feel the sensation of your blood coming to your feet again, which will be good. And just give it a moment here. If you feel you're ready, let's come back up here onto our knees. The right leg goes next to your right hand. We're going to prepare for a lizard here. Now you can either have your feet off your knee off the mat here, or you lower down on your knee. Maybe again, protect your knee with having another mat or a blanket underneath. Otherwise, just have it like this. And you can slowly see if you maybe want to move your right foot a little bit more out to the side. Maybe you want to have it fall away from you a bit. Just notice here what feels good. Opening our hip now here. And you can, if you want to, move down onto your forearms, or you can also prop up some more blocks to make the mat come to you. So maybe you can reach on the blocks now, whereas the mat would be too far. This is a great pose to direct your breath into the sensation you're feeling. Really focusing on the breath. And maybe with every exhale, trying to soften that part that gets uncomfortable. Trying to breathe the discomfort away. We're slowly going to make our way up onto the hands again. And then sink back. Hold the left knee. Move your right knee back. So slowly here. And now we're going to get the left knee, the left foot in front here. Again, you can be up on your toes or have the knee on the ground. And then see if you can get the left foot a bit out. Again, and then it fall over. And on this side, you might be staying up on your hands. Or maybe you're going to sink down again onto the mat or blocks. Each side could be different. Usually they are very different. Then focus on the breath, maybe deepen it. Sometimes it helps to actually audibly sign it out. Just a little bit longer in this pose. Slowly press this up if you were down. And your right leg. And your left foot back. Maybe sink back here for a second. Just for a child pose here. To relax. Notice the sensation in your hip maybe, or maybe any other part of your body. And then we're slowly going to make our way into our last pose before Shavasana. Maybe you have a couple of props here. We're going to go, if you have the wall, sit tall up against the wall. And then just build a couple props right in front of us here so that we can extend our legs wide to the side. To stretch a little bit more of this area and just slightly fall over, but have like really quickly or proxy. You don't have to go really deeply into it, just a little bit. So that's why a couple cushions or a couple pillows are good, or anything here, just so that you can see how deep your body wants to go today. Just play around a little bit. All these props are just to make these poses as relaxing that you can really sort of relax into the discomfort of the stretch. And you can really use anything if you don't have blocks. Big cookbooks or anything are good. Foam rollers are really good too. But yoga mats, if you have a spare one, work too. I mean, everybody has a pillow usually at home, so these are great too. And again, here really focus on your breath. Focus on the sensation. You're still sore from the other stretch there. You can always close the leg further. If it's really too much, you can also just close the legs all together and make the seated forward fold. Again, observe your mind in this pose. I once heard a great visualization of that mind. What you can do is just see that all your thoughts are flowing like in a river. So if you're standing at a river that flows steadily but not too fast, you will see maybe a stick in the water and you will just notice it and it flows by, it's going to disappear. And that's actually really great if we just do that to our thoughts. That we sort of notice them, oh, there's the stick flowing by, and then it's gone. We're not trying to catch the stick, we're not trying to steer it anywhere, setting a path that can really help to start meditation and calm the mind. Just have a couple more seconds here. then slowly, first get your spine upright again. Then we're gonna move all the props and make a subtle way here. Take your time. And then let's guide our legs closer together. Slowly. We're just going to pivot onto our backs here. And really roll down. Extend your arms and legs wide here. Maybe wiggle them a little bit until you're really comfortable. Get your feet all to the side. Maybe have your palms facing up if you want to receive energy. If you feel like you need a bit more grounding, maybe place them onto the floor. If you want, you can close your eyes here or soften your gaze. And then just really slowly prepare your Shavasana here. Make any last adjustments. Really remain in this pose for a while. Again, I invite you to deepen your breath again. Maybe just deepen, just noticing it. Maybe again you want to use the deep belly breathing. Inhale, belly expand. Then second your chest. When you exhale, and first the chest deflates and then your belly. And maybe just notice your breath flows into the nose and it makes its way through the limbs, maybe to the arm, into the left leg, the right leg, into the other arm, and then circles out and leaves your body here. I hope you enjoy your Shavasana. I'll let you know when it's time to come out. slowly step your toes, hands, maybe yourself lying on the mat. Parts of your body touch the mat here. And take a deep breath, sigh it out. And once you're ready, you can roll onto either side. Rest here for a moment. And when you're ready, meet me in a comfortable seat. Maybe you want to have a block under your sit bones. Or just take whichever seat is comfortable. Then this class together. Let's take a deep inhale. Move the arms all the way up to the sky. Connect the hands and then move them to our heart. Thank you so much for sharing this 60-minute yin with me. My name is Lotta, and I wish you a wonderful day, and hopefully you get some relaxation for the rest of